A mega India Today impact on Bollywood superstar Salman Khan's death threat. Heavy security has been beefed up at Salman's residence. Images are capturing actor Salman Khan with Mumbai police officials. In fact, India Today is the only channel to access the gang threat letter to Salman that said, "Aapka Moozwala hoga." Salman Khan's father, Salim Khan, found that particular threat letter during his morning walk at Bandra Bandstand Promenade. The letter threatens that Salman Khan and his father will face the same fate as Sidhu Moozwala. The Punjabi singer, remember, was shot to death a week ago, allegedly by dreaded gangster Lawrence Bishnoi and his aides. An FIR has been filed. Alarm bells are ringing, as this is not the first time Salman has received a death threat. Back in 2018, Lawrence Bishnoi, the key accused in Moozwala's murder, threatened to kill Salman Khan. India Today has also accessed a video that shows a brazen display of threat to actor Salman Khan from 2018. Gangster Lawrence Bishnoi, when in custody, was caught on camera issuing a threat to Salman, saying that he will kill the actor in Jodhpur. In a separate video, Salman was caught reporting to the gangster's threat, claiming that commitment should be made positively and that no one hunts like tiger.
जब हम करेंगे तो पता लग ही जाएगा। सलमान खान का करेंगे, मारेंगे या जोधपुर में मारेंगे तो पता लग जाएगा इनको। अभी तो मैंने कुछ किया ही नहीं, अभी नहीं मतलब कोई इन्वॉल्व कर रहे हैं।
जब भी कोई कमिटमेंट करो तो पॉजिटिव करना, नेगेटिव नहीं करना। और शिकार टाइगर जैसे शिकार कोई नहीं करता, है ना? ये सबको पता है।
Dev Kotak is now joining us for the very latest. Dev, I'm throwing straight across to you if there are any updates that are coming in as far as this case is concerned.
Yeah, update in the sense that, a team of crime branch officials has left his residence at Galaxy Apartments, which is where we are currently. They had come to probe the DCP crime branch himself, Sangram Singh Nishandar, had also come to try and understand and in terms of what had happened and take stock of the situation. So he has left about 10 minutes ago. Along with him accompanying were 4 to 5 other officials. Also these people, these gentlemen who you see, they are bodyguards that have been hired from a private agency. They have been stationed outside Salman Khan's house. Also these men in the grey safari suit, this gentleman with the cap, they are all a part of Salman Khan's team. Some of them believed to be his helpers and some of them are also hired bouncers or bodyguards, if I may say so, from a private security agency. Like I mentioned, that the DCP crime branch was here. Also, this will help in evaluating better in terms of how many security personnel more his security should be upgraded to and what is the kind of manpower the Mumbai police should add. And obviously, like you already know, that the Home Minister of Maharashtra, Dilip Walse Patil, has also taken due cognizance of the situation and has agreed to upgrade the security of Salman Khan and his 86-year-old father. So these are the kind of details that we know for now, Chaiti.
Dev, also, what is the police saying at this point of time?
The police said, in terms of police, let me just clarify, it is not just the Bandra police station, the local police, but also parallelly the crime branch unit 9 team is probing this. In the morning earlier, you can understand how serious the situation was at that point in time when the Joint Commissioner of Police, Law and Order, Vishwas Nangre Patil, and the DCP Zone 5, Mr. Manjunath Singh, both of them were personally present. These are some very, very senior officers, IPS ranked officers who were present at this very venue, and since then there has been a bevy of police jeeps that have been moving in and out at regular points in time. About 2 hours ago also the crime branch officials were present. They had stepped out for some time, and also if we can point it out, where the scaffolding is there, that is believed to be Salman Khan's house, and he is present in his house at the moment. He too had stepped out for some work. We don't know if that was any meeting with the police officials to discuss the situation, but yes, the police have been constantly visiting back and forth, and I said that a parallel probe, the local police plus the crime branch is going to be handling the matter. It has not been officially transferred to the crime branch because the case was registered at Bandra police station under section 506, which means punishment for criminal intimidation, because clearly that is the charge that is being pointed out basis the letter that Salman Khan had not physically received, but it was lying there in a chit which is the same spot where he generally rests in between his jogs and his walks. And that time when he found it, he was accompanied by 2 of his bodyguards who were alerted, and they in turn reached out to the Bandra police, which is where the complaint was filed. Of course, one interesting thing out here is that the Mumbai police and Delhi police will have to work very closely and in tandem, if I may say so, because there are about a few Delhi and Punjab links also that are coming in. You know, especially with Lawrence Bishnoi, the abbreviation that has been mentioned, GBLB, which stands for Goldie Brar, Lawrence Bishnoi. So, of course, with this kind of connection that is coming in, and Lawrence Bishnoi himself, who is in Delhi
Bishnoi, this particular gangster, Dave, Lawrence Bishnoi is in jail. Has he been interrogated at this moment after this letter was found?
Yeah, the interrogation is underway. You know, no kind of details have emerged yet, because the Delhi police also are currently, you know, investigating the matter and are speaking to Lawrence Bishnoi. So before they make any kind of comments, you know, they want to be completely sure if the connect is right or whether it is just mere speculation. So a lot of it heavily pointing towards the fact that Lawrence Bishnoi could be involved. But he is also a wanted accused in several other cases.
One last question before we let you go, Dave. One last question. While this letter was found with those initials also over there, the questions arising on whether this was a legitimate letter or whether somebody was just playing a prank or was it mischievous. At this point, what are your sources indicating on that front from the Mumbai police?
Yeah, so Mumbai police on that particular part which we spoke about, whether it is the mischief and the handiwork of some people who can be called as miscreants. Also, of course, we don't, the accused in this case are not yet identified, which is why the police have filed an FIR against unknown persons for that matter. So Mumbai police said that we are going to reserve that part of the comment and not speculate until we completely go through the CCTV footage and investigate this matter on ground.
So that makes more sense then. All right. Dave, thanks so much for joining us with the very latest detail. We are getting you all the details that no other channel has on the full kill Salman Khan plot. Lawrence Bishnoi and the gang planned to target Salman Khan during the shooting of the film Ready. But the gangsters did not follow through the plan because they did not have proper weapons. Gangster Naresh Shetty, who is the guru of Bishnoi's crime partner, Kala Jatheri, was given the task of targeting Salman. Naresh Shetty and Sampat Nehra stayed in the Vashi area of Mumbai for a few days, and the gangsters did a recce of Salman Khan's residence. The plan was to target Salman when he would leave his house on his bicycle. Dave is now joining us for the latest. Dave, if you could just encapsulate this entire plan that India Today has revealed at this point of time, and a few more details that I might have missed out on.
Yeah, this was initially the plan that they were planning to hatch, but failed to execute it. It was called off by Lawrence Bishnoi himself, because he was waiting for the appropriate kind of firearms to be made available, the guns that were going to be used in his execution. When I say his, I mean Salman Khan's. Also because, like I said, cited the lack of availability of those guns, which is why they were forced to postpone the plan and drop their idea. This was initially supposed to be 11 years back, 2011, when the movie Ready was released, and also was being shot rather that time on his sets. And while he was away from his sets, they were planning to carry out the hit out at that point in time. But like I mentioned, that no guns were available, especially the ones that they wanted, which is why the idea was called off at that point in time. So of course, the Vashi connection or the Navi Mumbai connect is a very important one, especially these names which you took, Sampat Nehra, Kala Jatheri, Naresh Shetty. These are all dreaded gangsters, and of course they were living in Navi Mumbai at different points in time, but that is the connect that they have to Mumbai. And of course Mumbai police and the crime branch, like I mentioned earlier, will also be looking into that angle. They said that we will leave no stone unturned, including the scourging of CCTV footages right from that morning.
We're getting some breaking news coming in. We'll have to cut straight across to it. Nine days after the murder of Sidhu Moosewala, Rahul Gandhi is going to be visiting the family. Rahul Gandhi is going to be visiting Mansa tomorrow to meet the family members of Sidhu Moosewala. And what we're picking up at this point of time, the news break that is just trickling in, that this meeting is going to happen at 12 noon. So 12 noon tomorrow afternoon is when Rahul Gandhi will be visiting Mansa to meet the family of Sidhu Moosewala. 9 days after the murder, Rahul Gandhi will be visiting the Moosewala family. Latest coming in right there. 9 days after the murder of Sidhu Moosewala, Rahul Gandhi will be visiting the family of Sidhu Moosewala. He's going to be going over to Mansa tomorrow to meet the family members, all the family members of Sidhu Moosewala. This meeting is going to take place at 12 noon and we'll continue updating you on these developments. Here is the single biggest piece of CCTV evidence that is going to turn the Moosewala murder probe on its head. India Today has now exclusively accessed the images of gangster recce on Sidhu Moosewala just 10 minutes before he was gunned down. The images that are on your screens right now, and let me tell you, these are only exclusive images that we have, that you're seeing. They show the informants of gangsters taking selfies near Moosewala's Thar SUV and then in a very clandestine fashion tipping off the gangsters who are awaiting to pull the trigger. The informants told the gangsters that Moosewala had left his home, and after the tip-off over Moosewala's movement, the killers had started tailing Moosewala. The contract killers used 2 cars. One is a Bolero SUV and a Corolla sedan to gun down the singer. India Today has unmasked the killers of Punjabi singer Sidhu Moosewala. India Today is the only channel with exclusive images of 8 shooters. Images on your screens at the moment are of the killers who brutally killed Moosewala. He was pumped with at least 24 bullets. While 7 shooters are still at large, 1 has been arrested by Punjab police. The first arrest in the case was that of Manpreet from Uttarakhand last Tuesday when the singer was cremated. The week after Moosewala's murder, 1 more suspect has been nabbed from the village in Fatehabad. The arrested man, identified as Devendra, also known as Kala, allegedly provided shelter to 2 other suspects, Charanjit and Keshav. Cops have also arrested a person named Kekra, who allegedly provided vehicles to the shooters. Earlier, 2 accused from Lawrence Bishnoi gang were also arrested from Haryana's Fatehabad.
But the point is that this whole tragedy could have been avoided if the government was serious on law and order and was, not more concerned with garnering cheap publicity. The plot to assassinate Sidhu Moosewala had been hatched, I think, 6-8 months back. It is coming every day in the news. Today also, prominent national daily has carried it. The shooters who were assigned to kill him then were nabbed by the police. They very categorically told them that we are assigned to kill Sidhu Moosewala, but because of certain logistical problems, we went there, we could not carry out our plan. And now the handlers have promised us that they are going to remove those logistic problems and we are going to go again. So, in spite of such specific intelligence input shared by the Delhi police with the Punjab police, even then his security was proved.
देखिए, पंजाब पुलिस की कॉम्पिटेंस पे तो कोई सवाल नहीं है, क्योंकि उन्होंने टेररिज्म का भी बहुत सामना किया है। सवाल यहाँ पंजाब की सरकार की पॉलिटिकल विल पर है और उसकी नीयत पर है, क्योंकि ये जो सरकार आम आदमी पार्टी की पंजाब में चल रही है, ये कठपुतली सरकार है और केजरीवाल साहब और राघव चड्ढा से निर्देश लेती है। तो पॉलिटिकल विल और पॉलिटिकल नीयत पर हमको शक है, पंजाब पुलिस की कॉम्पिटेंस पर कोई शक नहीं है। इसलिए परिवार को भी विश्वास नहीं है और पंजाब के लोगों को भी विश्वास नहीं है कि पंजाब की सरकार और ये पुलिस इस मामले में न्याय दे सकती है, क्योंकि सवाल यहाँ शूटर्स को पकड़ने का नहीं है। सवाल यह है कि ये पूरी कॉन्स्पिरेसी किसने रची है। इसमें बहुत सारे इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे भी लोग इन्वॉल्व हैं और ये बहुत बड़ा इशू है। इतने सोफिस्टिकेटेड वेपन्स कहाँ से आए हैं, ये भी एक बड़ा इशू है। ये वेपन्स पंजाब में और किस किस के पास हैं, ऐसे कितने वेपन्स पंजाब में हैं। तो ये सारे सवाल जो हैं, मुझे लगता है NIA ही इसकी ठीक प्रकार से जांच कर सकती है।
The BJP on Sunday suspended its spokesperson Nupur Sharma after her alleged controversial remarks on Prophet Muhammad that triggered protests and condemnations. Arab countries, including Qatar, Kuwait and Iran, summoned the Indian ambassadors and denounced the controversial comments made against Prophet Muhammad. Bahrain, however, welcomed BJP's decision to axe Nupur Sharma. Meanwhile, India today hit back at Pakistan for slamming India for Nupur's remarks. India, in a scathing attack, told Pakistan not to preach when there's already serious violation of minority rights in Pakistan. Pakistan Prime Minister's remarks come at a time when religious minorities in Pakistan are facing unprecedented discrimination. On Friday, clashes broke out in Kanpur. Two groups threw stones at each other over a call to shut down markets in protest against Nupur's statement made in the context of the controversy over the Gyanvapi issue.
इस स्पोक्सपर्सन को अरेस्ट करना चाहिए, उनको जेल को जाना चाहिए, उनके ऊपर जो एफआईआर रजिस्टर किए, ये गवर्नमेंट के इंसाफ का तकाजा है। सिर्फ आप लेटर लिखकर दे देंगे कि आपने पार्टी का पोजीशन ये था, 10 दिन के बाद आपको ये ख्याल आया कि आपके व्यूज पार्टी के पोजीशन से कॉन्ट्री हैं। 10 दिन तक आप सो रहे थे क्या? हमारी तकलीफ आप महसूस नहीं करेंगे? खतर में होगा, ईरान बोलेगा, मस्कत बोलेगा, Saudi Arabia बोलेगा तो आप हरकत में आएंगे।
Let's now listen in to expel BJP leader Naveen Jindal, who was axed yesterday after alleged controversial remarks on Prophet Muhammad that triggered protests and condemnations.
पार्टी जो भी निर्णय लेगी वही ठीक है। हम इस पार्टी के समर्पित कार्यकर्ता हैं। पार्टी का हर निर्णय, हर फैसला देश और संगठन और राष्ट्र के हित में ही है। जब ये 27 मई को डिबेट में चर्चा हुई थी, उसके बाद मैंने 1 जून को ट्वीट किया था, और वो तब किया था जब मेरे आराध्य देवी देवताओं के बारे में अनाप शनाप अनर्गल बातें लिखी जाती। वो शब्द दोहराना भी नहीं चाहता हूँ, सोशल मीडिया पे, ट्विटर पे हैं। तब मैंने उनसे सवाल पूछा था, उस मानसिकता वाले लोगों से जो मेरे को इस प्रकार की बातें लिख करके टैग कर रहे थे। सवाल पूछना तो मेरा अधिकार है ना। इसका मतलब ये थोड़ी मैं किसी धर्म को, किसी की आस्था को चोट पहुंचा रहा हूँ।
कि खुद नाखुश कार्यकर्ता कभी आपके ऊपर चप्पल उठा रहे हैं, गिरा रहे हैं, कभी आपके ऊपर स्याही फेंक रहे हैं।
One of the BJP's most known faces on national television.
That you need to nip this exercise.
Known for articulating BJP's stand on crucial national issues.
The report and the survey being conducted by the ASI as per the orders of the lower court.
The National Party's most outspoken voice, Nupur Sharma, getting the axe from her party over her remarks on the Prophet Muhammad during a television debate, which sparked violence by a mob in Kanpur. The BJP deciding to expel Nupur Sharma and relieve her of all party responsibilities pending an inquiry, making it clear that the BJP respects all religions and does not approve bad-mouthing of any religious figure.
सर्वधर्म संभाव तो हमारी नीति है।
सर, नुपुर शर्मा और नवीन जिंदल को एक्सपेल कर दिया, इस पे क्या कहना चाहेंगे?
और दीजिए।
आखिरी सवाल, इस पे क्या कहना चाहेंगे?
सॉरी
Nupur Sharma claimed that she was receiving rape and murder threats from the Islamic radicals. With her statement now, she's clarified she did not want to insult anyone, and that she reacted because she was upset over constant insult to Lord Shiva in a television debate. But now she takes back her words if it has hurt religious sentiment. But the Bharatiya Janata Party faced flack both from its followers and detractors over axing of Nupur Sharma. BJP supporters slammed penal action against Nupur, accusing the BJP of throwing her to the wolves, calling it an appeasement of Islamists. Political rivals said the BJP is paying for hatred politics.
इन लोगों की प्राइमरी मेंबरशिप को सिर्फ सस्पेंड ही नहीं करना चाहिए था, इनको हमेशा के लिए पार्टी से निकाला जाना चाहिए था।
The BJP is said to have removed Nupur Sharma following outrage in the Arab world, but in doing so, it may have upset a large section of its own party supporters who are openly backing the axed spokesperson. With Tejashree Purandare, Bureau Report, India Today.
Amidst the Gyanvapi mosque showdown, Samajwadi Party leader Lal Bihari Yadav has now triggered a row. Samajwadi Neta inflamed Hindu beliefs by calling the claimed Gyanvapi Shivling nothing but a piece of stone. SP Neta's crude Patthar Shivling analogy has now stoked a new storm. Lal Bihari Yadav is not the only one who has insulted the claimed Shivling. Earlier, Samajwadi Party chief Akhilesh Yadav has said that in Hindus, wherever there is a stone and there is a flag, there's a temple. OAC had clearly dismissed the Shivling claim, calling it a fountain. Rajasthan Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot also slammed and claimed Shivling by calling it a drama by the BJP to incite communal hatred. TMC's Mahua Moitra, while taking a jibe at Shivling, had tweeted a picture of Baba Atomic Center, saying hopefully the center will not start digging too.
देखिए, शिवलिंग एक पत्थर का टुकड़ा है। जैसे पत्थर का टुकड़ा चलता है उत्तराखंड से, तो वह नदियों में बहते वह चिकना हो जाता है, वह कभी छोटा हो जाता है और चिकना हो जाता है। तो हमारे लोग उसी को पिंडी बना करके उसी को विभिन्न प्रकार के देवताओं का नाम दे करके उसकी पूजा करते हैं, जबकि वो तो है पत्थर। उसमें कोई जो है शिवलिंग की जो बात करने वाला, उससे मैं जानना चाहता हूँ कि शिवलिंग को वो पहचानता है।
Listening to what the opposition leaders said while taking a jibe at Gyanvapi's claimed Shivling.
एक समय ऐसा था कि रात के अंधेरे में मूर्तियां रखती गई थी। बीजेपी कुछ भी कर सकती है, बीजेपी कुछ भी करा सकती है। 1991 का एक्ट है, मुझे उम्मीद है सुप्रीम कोर्ट उस पर ध्यान देगा। मुझे उम्मीद है कि जब यहाँ के अयोध्या का फैसला आया, उसमें भी कहा गया कि ये हम और इश्यूज के लिए नहीं माना जाएगा। इसीलिए मैं कह रहा हूँ कि बीजेपी जानबूझ करके संस्थाओं से खिलवाड़ कर करके ये फैसले करा रही कि जिनकी जिम्मेदारी थी सर्वे करने की, आखिरकार वो रिपोर्ट बाहर कैसे आ गई। और हमारे धर्म में तो ये है, हिंदू धर्म में कहीं भी पत्थर रख दो, एक लाल झंडा रख दो, पीपल के पेड़ के नीचे मंदिर बन गया।
सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने यह भी कहा कि मुसलमानों के जो रिलीजियस तरीके से जो आप नमाज पढ़ते हैं जो है उसमें वजू भी शामिल है, तो वजू करेंगे उसमें हाउस में जाकर। और 400 साल से उस वजू को उस फवारे को कुछ नुकसान नहीं हुआ। और अगर ये फवारे को अगर इस तरह अगर पेश किया जा रहा है तो कल ताजमहल को बंद कर देना पड़ेगा। ताजमहल के सामने भी फवारे लगे हैं।
Time for a short commercial break. On the other side is in the club.